Welcome to the Success Code podcast. Here we talk with leaders, CEOs, and founders to share the secrets, strategies, and insights that turn dreams and vision in a successful business. Today, guys, I have Kelly Setoguchi. Kelly has years of experience helping patients achieve their aesthetics goals with skill, care, and attention to each detail. In this conversation, we will explore her journey in the aesthetics industry, the lessons she learned along the way, and how she's navigating growth and challenge and her vision for the future. Welcome, Kelly. Please introduce yourself and tell us more about the company.
Yeah, so my name's Kelly Setoguchi. I'm an aesthetic PA. I've been working in the specialty of aesthetics for the last 7 years. And I am co-owner, co-founder of Illuminate Skin. Illuminate Skin is the med spa for Illuminate Plastic Surgery. Illuminate Plastic Surgery is owned by my business partner, Dr. Boudreau, and his wife, Molly Boudreau. And so we have partnered together on a kind of subset of their original baby.
Awesome. And tell me more about your journey. Why did you decide to dive in this industry?
Yeah, so I think in general, when people get into medicine, most of us enjoy helping people. And so that's kind of the leading guidance into getting into the medical field. I found that I specifically really enjoyed helping people feel more confident in their own skin, both literally and figuratively. We do a lot of treatments to help improve the appearance of people's skin, and helping people feel more confident in themselves helps them perform better, period, perform better in life, perform better at work, perform better in their family, perform better in relationships. And so it's really amazing to be able to help people feel better about themselves and see how that trickles into the rest of their lives.
Awesome. Thank you. So one of my favorite topics to talk about is challenge, right? Because there are so many leaders out there, business owners, that they were facing challenge along the way, and they were struggling to grow a successful business. Some of them, they were struggling with cancellations, lower number of clients. And so tell me a little bit about the challenge you have faced along the way.
There's been lots of different challenges. A couple that stick out in my mind, especially in the era of social media, is just the amount of misinformation out online. And so having to educate or re-educate our patients is a big part of what we do, and alleviating some of the false information that they have or some of the fears that they have based off of what they've seen on social media. Especially, we work on people's faces, and so people are very concerned and have a hard time. People have a hard time trusting somebody with their face. And when you see bad work, especially bad work online, it's a real big deterrent for people wanting to come in. And so we have had to work really hard at building a good portfolio, having great before and afters, showcasing our work to our patients to make sure that they understand, great expectations. So that we can get them the outcomes that they're looking for without the fear of looking unnatural or looking weird or looking like anything but themselves. So I would say just the misinformation that's out online has always been a challenge for our industry. Another challenge I would say from kind of a business standpoint is just the challenge of some growing pains. It's exciting to grow and expand as a business, as a clinic, as an office, as a team, but also making sure that we have appropriate systems in place, making sure that we have the right policies and protocols so that as we grow, we're not trying to kind of step on top of ourselves or, have things that didn't work that we just figured would work themselves out. It's best to, when you've seen little things, address them, get a good policy in place so that moving forward, it's not an issue again, or there's a clear path to resolution the next time that it happens.
Awesome. So on the flip side, what's something that you have been doing or your team have been doing that is working very well?
Yeah, I think that communication is really important within a team.
Okay.
I came from an office where there was no communication, and it just allows for a lot of errors, mistakes, feelings to be built up. And so I think that having regular check-ins with staff members, having good communication when there's something new to be implemented, having good communication with the team is really important. My staff laughs because we have so many meetings, small meetings, big meetings, regular meetings, random meetings. And I think that it's really important to give everybody on your team a platform to give feedback, to ask questions, and to really collaborate as a team. And I think that people who have, in this industry, there's a lot of egos. And I'm very lucky that who I'm partnered with and myself, egos aren't usually an issue. And we really, really invite collaboration from our team, from our colleagues, and it really, really helps to have more of a collaborative mindset than competitive mindset in this industry because competition can really kill things.
So for someone who is trying to build a successful clinic, what is the most important lesson you have learned and what advice you would give them?
For somebody trying to start a clinic?
Yes.
Yeah. Um, I mean, there's a lot of things that I could share.
Go
But again,
ahead.
I think it starts with having a foundation of good people, finding people that share your vision. Because if you build this team with people who don't share your vision, then you're going to constantly be fighting against what they want to do versus what you want to do. So I think first and foremost, finding your team and finding your people can be really important. Um, and finding people that fit your culture. You can teach skills, you can't teach personality and culture. And we found that here at Illuminate, it's really important to protect our culture because if we have an unhealthy or toxic work environment, our patients feel that, and then that trickles down into every aspect of what we're providing. So finding a good team is really important to starting a great, successful, long-term clinic. I think another thing, again, going back to social media, is it's so tempting to jump on trends and to try and get as many followers and get lost in the social media era. I think it's really important in the beginning for people who are trying to establish a new business or a new clinic in aesthetics is establishing really great relationships with your patients. Your patients who are with you for a lifetime are going to contribute so much more to your clinic than getting that one person because of a social media post. And so I think that establishing really great relationships with your patients and providing excellent services is what's going to make you a long-term successful clinic. Um, I think that getting really good at a couple things versus trying to be good at a lot of things will set you apart from all the other aesthetic clinics because I mean, you look up on Google, there's a million aesthetic clinics all around. And
Exactly.
so how do you differentiate yourself? It's being really good at what you do, making sure that you're up to date on your education, making sure that you're providing the safest treatments, and making sure that you are providing great results. So if you try and be too good at too many things, you're going to end up being good at nothing. So and focusing on a couple good things, focusing on being good at a couple of good things and then also focusing on those relationships with your patients.
Okay, yeah, relationship with patients is very important, so they can always come back, right? Yeah. So
Yes, yes.
looking ahead, what's your vision for the next 12 months? What are the goals for the company?
Yeah, we're always looking to grow and expand, whether we're talking about within a clinic or expanding to another clinic. We are looking to open another clinic probably in the next 1 to 2 years in another location. And so again, finding the right people to do that with and to partner with. And then also just growing within our own clinics, growing our team. We love it when we have a team member who, envisions themselves being with Illuminate forever. And so continuing to build and protect that culture, and nurturing our staff that we have so that they can grow and be the most beneficial part of Illuminate.
Yeah, absolutely. It's clear that the future is full of opportunities. And looking ahead, one of the biggest topics going on in business right now, it's about AI. I think everyone is talking about that. From your perspective, how do you see AI
Mhm.
impacting the aesthetics industry? Yes, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
That's an interesting question because we've had a lot of conversations, my business partner and I, about how to integrate AI into our world. We really pride ourselves on giving patients a great personal touch feel, and so we have concerns about bringing AI into our clinic. But there are so many places where we see we could use it. We've been approached by a couple AI companies who want to be able to give patients almost like a pre-consultation before they come in, scan their face and let them know what they need. And there's pros and cons to that. And I do see AI being able to have a place there in education. I think that it can be really beneficial in patient education and helping people understand what they might come in looking for, because sometimes patients come in and they don't know what they're looking for. They just know, I feel like I look really tired all the time, or I feel like I look really angry all the time. And so having AI be able to educate a little bit before they come in might help the patients feel a little bit more at ease when they come in. But I also think from the business side, AI can be really interesting in just automating some things, whether it's, from a scheduling standpoint, from a communication standpoint, as far as, sending text messages and helping patients get in contact with the correct person in the office in order to get a question answered. All the way from, AI can satisfy the needs of, some CFO roles in helping organize finances and
Exactly.
answer questions on,
Yes.
we have a lot of systems in place and a lot of our systems
Mhm.
don't communicate. And so I do see potentially having an AI system that can help integrate all of those in one, so that you're not having to spend time, money, or energy in trying to connect the dots between those systems.
Yes, exactly. So AI can do all these tasks so you guys can focus in the client relationship and what it really matters. Right? So thank you so much, Kelly, for sharing your journey and show us what it really takes to succeed. It was an honor to have you here. And to our audience, I hope today's conversation inspires you. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.